Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health, fitness, mindset and body from where you are right now to where it is that you really want to be. And today you can probably hear I'm actually on the treadmill and just doing some early morning workout for my lower back to help get the blood circulating. It's a really good maintenance exercise for me. Last couple of days I've been sitting a little bit longer than I normally would, and that tends to accumulate in my back, so I've got to make sure that I do a little bit more walking today. Now as I'm doing this, what I'm thinking about is whether you have a plan or not, or when was the last time you changed your plan in terms of how you live. I'm talking about your food, I'm talking about your exercise, I'm talking about the type of exercise, I'm talking about the frequency of the exercise, I'm talking about the consistency of your entire program, supplementation, everything. When was the last time you made a change to it? Or do you even have one? I mean, I can't see exercise and healthy food and a very strong supplementation program ever not being part of my life, because I've conditioned myself over the last 33 years to fine-tune it consistently. There have been periods of times where I've made no changes, but guess what? They're the periods of times where I haven't made the progress that I really needed to. If I look at what's happened for me over the last, I guess it's about 15 months now, my focus has never been stronger. And I'm working with, one of the best strength and conditioning coaches in the world, helping me with my training, helping me with my food and my supplementation, and I guess also helping me with my mindset, because the mindset plays tricks on you when you're doing certain things and you might have an injury. Like if you're a long-term listener, a few months ago, it's probably about 6 weeks ago, I had some issues with my lower back, and just him helping me with a program to rehabilitate that quicker, having a break from training, and that's really powerful for the mindset, because one of the worst things for an athlete is when they can't do what they want to do. And so you see them sometimes on the sidelines and they're riding on an exercise bike, or all their mates are in the gym and they're doing these weight workouts, but they're not allowed to, and all they're doing is they're on the bike. They can't get out on the field. It does their head in. It's really tough for them because they want to be out there. They don't want to be injured. They get paid this money and live the lifestyle that they do so that they can play games, not for sitting on the sidelines. That's not why they got into this. So when it comes to you, I want you to have a think about this really carefully. When was the last time that you reviewed how you go about life and your health and wellness, nutrition, supplementation? Do you even have a program? Because there are many people that don't do regular exercise. There are many that don't eat in a typical structured fashion. There are many people that don't take supplements. Or they dabble in each and all of those things on a week-to-week basis, or a month-to-month basis, or a season-to-season basis. But we can do it a lot smarter than that. I mean, I know that all of you that are listening to this, you want more. You're a top 1% performer in your area of authority, and that's fantastic. But do you do the same thing when it comes to looking after yourself? And some of you may say, yeah, and you don't know necessarily what you don't know, but are you regularly working out every week? And that's it. It's a yes or no. And when I say regularly, I'm talking about at least 3 times a week. Not over-exercising, but are you doing strength training? Are you doing 3 strength sessions a week? Now, if you're a competitive athlete and you're on the in-season, then you might only be doing 2 sessions of strength like that, because the rest of it is your other training. But most of us aren't athletes, so you could be quite comfortably doing 3 sessions a week. Now, if automatically you're saying, no, I don't have time for that, then that is a really big red flag to say that, well, you're just not making this a priority right now, because you need to be doing 3 strength sessions a week just for the maintenance of your body. Now, of course, you can get away with not doing it at all, but at some point in your life, things are going to show up in a way that you really don't like. And so we can do much better. We can give you the body of your dreams, the health of your dreams, if you really want to. But you've got to want to change, right? You've got to want to make the change. And when it comes to your food, same deal. We're all eating. None of us are surviving on no food, but many of us undereat. Over-exercise, a lot of people, and undereat. So imagine if you get this formula right, and you could attack each day with confidence in knowing that, yes, I know exactly the foods that I should be eating. I know how to construct the right meals. I know my portion sizes. I know that I can go out and have a treat every now and then, but I know that my whole lifestyle can't be treat, because if it is, it's going to show up in my body in a way that's not really going to support my long-term goals. You can abuse your body for what I see through my clients about 20 to 30 years before it shows up in a way that, yeah, you don't like that. It's type 2 diabetes, it's cancer, it's heart disease, it's stroke, it's lack of energy, it's obesity, it's overweight, it's a higher risk factor of having heart disease, a whole range of different ways that you're really not going to like it. You don't have to be that way. If you can take action now, it doesn't matter what age you are. I'm 52, going on 53 in a few months, and I feel that I'm living my life healthier, fitter, stronger, smarter than I ever have before. I really do. Now, do I have a few more aches and pains than I did when I was younger? Well, for sure. I mean, when I was younger and I started training, I didn't have lower back issues. Now I do, hence why I'm on the treadmill this morning to help get the blood circulating to my lower back and help relieve that pain. It's just a maintenance thing that I need to do now. I didn't have to do that when I was younger. I didn't have aches and pains in my shoulders when I was younger either. But it's only through years of me working out and just the wear and tear on shoulders that it highlighted that I had an issue with bony spurs in both my shoulders that needed to be removed. I'm now pain-free in that area. But when I was younger, I didn't have to worry about it. My knee, my left knee. When I first started training, I didn't have any issues with my knee, but now I do. And that's something that I've actually got an MRI scan this week on my knee to see if we can find out what's really going on there. To see if I need to have some surgery, or it's just a cortisone injection into the knee and settle things down. We'll see. I think it needs to be cleaned out or something, but I don't know. That's why you go and see the experts. And so that's what I'm doing with that. But, I got away with being able to live the way that I was living for, the knee showed up first, but the shoulders, I had the surgery on those. The first one, I'm going to say 5 years ago now. So I was in my 40s. I've been working out by that stage for over 20 years. So again, after about 20 years, some of these things start to show up. Now that was just some wear and tear and highlighted the fact that, I've got a bony spur in there that needs to be removed. Whether it grew or whether I was born with it, who really knows? It's probably born with it, but the years of exercise it just irritated. But when it comes to your food choices, I've gone through periods of time in my life where I've tried different types of eating. I've put on a lot of muscle, a lot of fat as well when I was training earlier, because I was just consuming so many calories to just try and beef up as much as I can. And now I just do it a little bit smarter. I'm looking to put on just lean muscle, not bulk and then trim down. but I'm looking to put on lean muscle and keep my body fat low because that feels better for me as well. But I haven't always known how to do it. And so the older I get, the smarter I get, the wiser, the more information I have about how to do it correctly. And so I do it for myself, I feel it through my own body, and it makes it easier also for me to talk to other people and say, well, this is how I felt when I did this, this is how you're going to feel, the results that you're going to get. But you've got to be consistent with it. You can't dine out 3 or 4 times a week, eating whatever you like, and expect to maintain a six-pack, for instance. It requires a little bit more focus than that. Now, most of you listening to this, you say, well, I don't want a six-pack, and that's fine. You don't need to have a six-pack. But unless you have a level of focus around your food that supports your health and the goals that you're going to get to, then you're going to find it so much harder. I mean, statistics show us, the numbers don't lie, about 70% of first world countries live in a state where the population is either overweight or obese. So we know it's a big problem out there. We're getting busier, we're becoming less active, and who knows what we're eating a lot of the time now. I mean, so many people are eating so much packaged food that who knows what's in there. They're nutrient starved. Most people are not eating enough plant-based food. And I'm not talking about becoming vegetarian or vegan. I just mean that people aren't eating their vegetables along with their protein. They're just not doing it. Now, most people don't know how to do it. And as we get older, I look at the young parents of today and what they're eating, and what are they going to pass on to their children? Are we just getting to the stage where we'll get to a point where you just click an app on your phone and that's your food? That sounds stupid, but are we getting to that stage? We've got you click an app now and menu log or something like that, and or Uber Eats, and the food just turns up at your door. But what are we teaching our kids? I mean, my parents, that generation back in the 60s when we were being brought up as kids and into the 70s, there were more home-cooked meals. There was more cooking of food out of your own garden, vegetables and so forth. It can be rarer now for people to have their own vegetable garden and be cooking with those things. And so we're breeding this next generation of children that are living out of packets. So everything is nutrient starved. So we're losing a little bit of the knowledge with each generation. The food choices are poorer and poorer. So we need to change that. And my real passion is for seeing the change in people's mindsets in their body and how they're feeling when they're following one of my meal plans. And they just don't know what to do. When they come in, they say, well, this is what we eat. We really don't know what we should be eating. We probably should be eating more salads and that kind of stuff. But they really just don't know. They have no idea of portion control because they've never been taught. And there's nothing wrong with that because most parents do not have the knowledge to be able to do it. So that's when I love coming along and saying, well, you're going to feel so good after as little as 3 days from following this because you're going to be getting so many more nutrients into your body. And I love those conversations when people come back and say, I'm feeling really good. I don't feel as bloated. I'm not as tired. I feel more focused. I'm loving the food. I mean, it's fantastic. Really great. And that could be you too. Maybe you just don't know how to do it. Supplementation, again. I mean, you go down to our local chemist down here. It's called Chemist Warehouse. And there are aisles and aisles from floor to the roof, filled with different types of supplements. It's like, how do you know which one to pick? Well, a lot of the stuff you just don't need, but let's just simplify what it is that you need, because every person is different. I take supplements every single day. Are they the main source of my nutrients? Absolutely not. But they are a, if you like, insurance for any gaps that you may have in the food that you're eating, because we don't know. It's not like we can tell when we're consuming food how much nutrient value is in it. Is it 100% nutrient value? Is it 20%? Is it 10%? Is there no nutrient value in it? We don't know. So that's why I take supplements to help fill that little gap that may exist in the food that I do eat. And when it comes to the training, again, a lot of people have no idea. I watch people in the gym and they are just going from one thing to the next. And particularly ladies do this. They'll do, an exercise on one machine or with one set of weights. They'll go to the other side of the gym, they'll do something else, they'll go somewhere else and do another thing. And it's like they feel like they're getting this, or they think that they're getting this great workout, but in reality is they have no structure and they're not measuring everything that they're doing each workout. They don't know what the weight was that they lifted 4 weeks ago. They've got no idea. Or maybe they do know because it's the same weight and they're not progressing. No program to get them to that next level. There's no structure. There's no accountability. And so this is where I find that people really start to step up their game when they get a coach, they get the accountability, but they get all the tools that they need as well. And so I want to appeal to you today to, one, reach out to me for a consultation. You can go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for the free consultation there. Make a commitment to yourself today to do something different, to get better outcomes for your health, for your body, get the confidence back that you need, whether it be self-confidence or just confidence in knowing that you're stepping forward every single day, bringing the best version of yourself forward, because you're fueling yourself the right way with the right foods, the right nutrients, the right supplements. You're doing the right workout. You've got that balance right of your strength training and your cardio. I mean, as you can tell, I'm walking on the treadmill. This is the only cardio I do for most of the year. It's just walking at a comfortable pace. I'm not sprinting, I'm not jogging, I'm not thrashing myself in a high intensity session. I don't need to do that to get the results that I'm getting. So I think that scares a lot of people off sometimes, thinking that, oh man, I've got to do hours and hours of exercise. You don't. You really don't. But if you don't know what you can do to get the results that you want, you're always going to feel like you're not even going to get started, or you're not going to change from where it is that you are right now. So let's do it differently. Let's do it smarter. Let's make 2021 your best year yet, from a health perspective, from a focus perspective, from a confidence perspective. Let's get the accountability happening. Start with the consultation. I've got a whole bunch of different programs that you can do. Some you can do at no cost at all. I can just guide you in the right direction. Some of them are just, could be workouts. Some people just want some monthly accountability. Some people want some weekly accountability, so that you can achieve what it is that you want to achieve. But I really strongly encourage you to get some coaching in this area, because you don't know what you don't know. If I could give you a whole bunch more energy and focus, wouldn't that be worth it? I would say absolutely. Feel good in your own skin. Look, stay safe wherever you are in the world. Opt in for that free consultation. I'll see you tomorrow.